Hi guys. This is a bit of a weird message. Well, it's not a bloody weird message. It's I don't even know what this is actually. But look, let's just get straight to it. So ever since I've been doing AROS, I've always tried to support developers, and it's been pretty successful. With the Checkmate case, I wanted to do the same thing, and sometimes it's a case of inspiring people, sometimes it's a case of giving them money, sometimes it's a case of whatever it takes. But I'm going to do the same thing with the cases, more of to inspire people. I suppose that sounds a bit poncy, but it's not meant to be poncy. So there's a guy, when I was building the cases, there's a guy out there, and there are many. Okay, there's not just one. There are many out there, but this one guy kept popping up on my radar, and he was always developing. Just nothing. Well, he may have done some really amazing things. I've seen it, but little electronic boards designs for Amigas that just kind of do that little thing that you want. Loads of them. And I thought, well, I wanted to support him. Can't do it financially. I don't think he probably needs it, to be fair. But so I thought I'd send him a case. Now, this is why I'm doing. He's already got it now. This is why I'm giving you this message and explaining my reasons. Now, I always said no one's getting these cases until the backers get them. However, now, to be clear, Edu is not paying for the case, so he's not a customer, but I've decided to give him one of the cases to inspire him, shall we say, so that whenever he's developing any boards, that he makes sure that they work okay in the Checkmate case, and hopefully that he'll do some specific things. There's a couple of little things I'd like him to do, but let's see how that goes. He's a really clever guy, and his name is Edu Arana, who you probably know. I think it's Eduardo. I could be wrong, but I've got a funny feeling on the invoice it was Eduardo. But as I said, he's not paid for the case. It's completely free. So the idea is, well, he's got a nice case. I mean, whatever he wants to put in it, I don't care what he wants to put in it. But now he's got the drawings as well. But it's nice having a case now. He's not going to be the last. I've already got in mind one or two other people already. And so I just want to know, because basically what happened was I sent something off. He said, "I put it on my Facebook blog." No, let me explain to everyone first why you've got a case, because don't forget, there's a lot of people who haven't got their cases, and this is why I'm explaining this to you now. There is bloody good reason for this, because he will be developing things, I'm not going to say what they are, for the case. This is like supporting developers, okay? So I am doing this purely supporting a developer, and there may be some more. As I said, he didn't buy it, it's been given freely, and I know it's in front of some people, but hopefully you'll see the sense of this long term. By the time you get your case, and I'm up to like 100k, I just sent a load out today, so I'm nearly up to 100 cases shipped. But this is why I wanted to mention this myself, so hopefully you'll understand this is actually in your benefit in the long run. There's a couple of other people developers I may give these to, and if it makes sense. So so if you see something coming out from Edu, and if he starts saying about he's got his case, I mean, to be honest, as far as you're concerned, it could have just been a Kickstarter backer, but as I've always tried to be really honest about this, he's not a backer, but he didn't buy it. I offered it to him because I feel supporting hardware developers. I mean, I'm a big fan of hardware developers, obviously. I mean, I write software for a living, so obviously I've got a soft spot for them as well, but we need hardware developers, and he's all excited about what he can do with it, with the 1200 to 500 to 600 and whatever. I mean, he makes all these really cool little boards that do little things that that others just don't want to bother with, so he's really useful. So yeah, he's got his case already. I'll now let him blog about it. Maybe he can put a link to this video in there just so that people understand. But hopefully you'll understand this is actually in your benefit by getting these into the hands of hardware developers, because I want people to support the case. Obviously, I've invested interest. I'd like to make some money out of the next batch. That'd be nice. But yeah, so that's it. So it's just a very short video, waffled on as usual. Obviously, I can't do without waffling, but so that you understand that my thinking here and why I've done this and the benefits to you. And that's it really. So for those of you who are receiving the cases, the response has been very good. We have had a couple of little problems, which I'll go through in a separate video. Nothing serious, but there's I'll talk about one. Well, no, I'll talk about both of them actually. One is with both of our adapter boards that Rob's created. The PC power supplies, there's certain things you have to do with PC power supplies to make them play fair. Because don't forget, the Amigas ain't drawing next to no power out of them. So there's certain little tricks that Paul's put in there, and a couple of the power supplies. We had about 6 we tested, and they were all fine. But people are finding they've got certain ones, and it's not booting. So there's a little tweak you do to the board. You short out a resistor. And that fixes the problem. So what's happening here, in fact, in this box here is a bunch that I'm going to send off to. I don't really want to do them myself. I haven't got time, and plus the fact I'll probably mess them up. Going to send them off to Rob. He's going to and I'm just going to keep them here. So if you now, this is not a fault on the board. Okay, this is something we found out. Once they're out in the field, it's fixed. And the idea is he'll tweak these. I'm not sending these out with orders because it makes no sense, because it was designed this way for a good reason. But if you do have that problem, I do have some boards here that I can swap, and it's very important that now if you're in the UK or in Europe, I'll probably ship them for free. If it's the States and it starts getting expensive, we'll see. I'm hoping it's very few that need to be done, but you must send your old one back, because as soon as that people don't do that, because I haven't got the numbers. This is a problem. I ordered about 10-15 over what was needed, so I really haven't got the numbers of these boards, and I don't want to upset people further down the line. So you must return the old ones very quickly. And another problem we've got is with the ACA500s, which we're trying to sort that out at the moment. It's basically, it doesn't like the now you think, why don't you test it? Well, the thing was that Paul did a board previously which had it was a similar thing, and he had an ACA and he worked fine, and I got our board and I plugged my board in earlier on the prototypes, and it worked fine. But Vicky did a live stream of the build, and it didn't work with hers. Why? And I got mine, and I plugged it back in again. It worked fine. And why? I don't know what the problem is. And then it dawned on me that I've got one of these little 020 cards plugged into my 500 ACA 500 Plus. With crazy. With the 020 or an 030 card on the ACA works perfectly. No issues whatsoever. So it's not the fact of the board, the adapter, something in the firmware, obviously, because you take that off and it doesn't want to know. So we're looking into that now. Having said that, I'm running firmware 0.99, and that the accelerator cards work. Now Vicky's got fun enough, she's got an 020. Hers didn't work, but she's on the latest version. So we're talking to them at the moment, see if there's a way we can just fix this now. But again, the whole thing of it does. I mean, personally, I think it's not a firmware fault, but it's something that's cropping up, being the system's check-in going, that doesn't look right, because it's about 2-inch length extra, which shouldn't be an issue, because And there was a comment made about power supply, but I tried it with the old Amiga power supply and that doesn't work either. So it's obviously just the fact that the tracks are just going a bit longer through 2 connectors, and it doesn't have a problem with any other cards. It's just the ACA. So we're trying to resolve that as quick as we can. But you know, I'll have more on that later on. But yeah, so you know, we're marching on. I'm getting these cases made as quick as I can. As I said, I'm up to about 90 cases I've shipped now, and I'm hoping to get another 40 or 50 out this week, because we have a collection every Monday. Okay, but the response has been great, and I'll just shut up. But there's a bit more information for you. But thanks for your patience. Keep the patience going. I know it's going to be a bit. If you're right at the end, well, you left it a while to pay, didn't you? One little thing again. People who haven't done this, still 40 odd people still haven't even put their details in. Now, you know, I really need you to do this, because what's going to happen is I'm gonna, if in the next week people haven't done that, I've been banging on about this. If people haven't done that, I'm literally going to generate you invoice numbers. Okay. Close that down, so it's just the case you can't order extras anyway. Then to move forward, and your shipping will be plus VAT, because I'm going VAT registered at some point in the near future, which I'm not at the moment, and you're going to pay shipping plus VAT. So I would suggest you get it, if you can go on there and just sort it out. That would be really helpful, because it is. I mean, there's about $7,000 sitting there, which I'm probably going to need for shipping. So I would appreciate if you can go on there and sort that out. Apart from that, everything's going well. Really pleased. I've got another 200 flight of the plastics, because there was a few problems getting the batch done. Well, as I said, we had about 1,000 was going to come on a boat, but they've not been picked up yet. So I've got another 200 being flown in. So that gives me 400 in total. And then the rest are going to be shipped. So there's about 5 weeks for that to come. So I should have enough in. I've paid the extras. In fact, it costs as much to fly 200 as it does ship a lot. So, God. Anyway, that's it basically. If you wonder what this T-shirt said, this dad belongs to Alfie. There you go. My wife bought that for me. Thought it was hilarious. And Belle's my cat, by the way. That's it. So speak to you soon, and I'll try and sort out these live streams. All right. Speak to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.